Call the meeting to order.
Jenkins.
Here.
Harden.
Here.
Vaughn.
Here.
McKinley.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First thing on this evening's agenda will be section 1, the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Call it.
Harden.
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes.
McKinley.
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Motion carried.
There being no unfinished business, we move to section 3, new business.
Make a motion to remove from the table resolution 2014-36, Johnny Dozier TIF 1 application, and also motion to remove from table resolution 2014-40, Gary and Tina Harrison TIF application.
Second.
Call it.
Vaughn.
Yes.
McKinley.
Yes.
Earl.
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Harden.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2014-37, resolution 2014-41, awarding TIF number 1 funds to Gamage Law Office.
I'll second. Any discussion?
With this has been brought back to you because if you remember the previous meeting, you have to submit your tax papers, and Bruce accidentally gave us his house instead of the business, so that was a mix-up there.
I'll make a motion we accept resolution 2014-42 awarding.
We haven't voted on the other one.
Oh,
Not done with that one. Sorry.
Yeah, we haven't voted this one.
I'm sorry.
That one was not.
Would you read the motion back, please?
Oh, hold on a second. This was tabled last time,
Yes.
and we didn't remove that from the table on this evening's new business. Yeah, it was tabled, resolution 2014-4. Wait, is it a new resolution, or wait a second. Now I'm a little bit confused. On our minutes, number 7, 2014-41, funds to Gamage Law. It was tabled, and we do not have no, we're not removing it from the table on this evening's meeting.
Which
And-
one?
But it's another resolution number 2, so
Okay.
you don't have to remove it from the table, correct?
I'm asking which one.
On the minutes last week, we had tabled the Gamage Law Office TIP.
Which was 214-41.
Yeah, which was 214-41. This one is 214-41. We have a resolution in new business without removing it from the table, and the problem is you have,
Two resolutions.
Let me, can I clarify something?
yeah, please.
Actually, this is a typo. If you go back to your last agenda, you'll see that resolution 2014-37 was for Lizzie's Bar. So
Okay,
this is actually 2014-41,
got it?
okay? So you have here on the agenda is just it's a typo.
But 41 was tabled last time.
The problem at hand is that 2014-41 was tabled at the last month's meeting, and now we have an agenda that doesn't
Bring it back.
take it off the table.
I'm not sure you have to.
That's my question. Do
I'm
you
not
need
sure,
to?
I'm not sure you have to, really.
All right. If
It's a different number.
It's a different, no, it's
No,
the
it's
same
the same
number,
number.
same number, but it's been tabled, and if it was tabled, and we can bring it from the table because, but I don't think it has to be an agenda item to bring it from the table.
Okay.
Okay. It is 40,
But the correct number is 41.
41.
Okay. Just, then a point of order to, those putting these together, we need to take these off of the remove it from the table prior to discussion, but let's move forward on item number 3, it's on there. Any other discussion?
So do we do
I'm
a
just,
motion to
I'm
remove
just
first
moving,
before we?
I'm actually just gonna move forward with number 3.
Anything else, fine?
Any other discussion? Call it.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
motion carries.
Okay, ready? Make a motion to accept resolution 2014-42, awarding TIF funds to Reynolds Excavating.
Second.
Discussion.
There were 2 bids for Ted Reynolds' building. It includes some door repair, vinyl siding, and concrete work. The low bid was $52,700. The TIF committee awarded 80% of that, which makes $42,160.
What percent was that again?
80%?
80%.
Any discussion? Call it.
Pearl,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
motion carries.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2014-43, TIF number 1 funds to the Farmer City Public Library.
I'll second.
Discussion.
Josh had made the fact about the budget with the library, and that they had talked about needing a roof over the last couple of years. So I went over and talked with the librarian, and she had gotten several different bids. This is actually, Tom Yeagle is the low bid. After talking with the TIF committee, it was decided to issue a 100% grant for the library due to their budget restraints.
Any questions? Call
Jenkins,
it. Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
Pearl,
Yes.
motion carries.
I'd like to approve resolution 2014-44, the Casey's utility easement agreement.
Second.
Discussion.
The 5 acres that we currently own out there, just on the east side of that, is some electrical lines that go down through there that service cabinet land and on down through there. There's not a recorded easement. We tried to find a recorded easement before we started negotiating with Casey's. Casey's has provided me with a final site plan, and when I asked for an easement, they did give us the easement. You have the legal document there provided to you tonight. So the new electrical line will go down in that same area. So Rick can service the existing line and the new line that'll be built for Casey's.
Any questions? Discussion? Call it.
Harden,
Yes.
Vaughn,
Yes.
McKinley,
Present.
Pearl,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
motion carries.
Brings us to section 4, city manager's report.
Just a couple things. I do have the final site plans here if you'd like to look at them after the meeting. They're different than the original site plans that were discussed. I had talked to Casey several different times and kept telling them there's 5 acres there, you need to use it to the fullest, and that the amount of truck traffic that travels up and down Route 54 would be a shame not to have diesel islands. It's not the general layout of the Casey's. There's only 2 others in existence. Farmer City will have the 3rd one now, they're gonna put in diesel islands to lure in some of that semi-traffic. So, that'll be, quite a plus there, because it means a larger Casey's, obviously. Other than that, the water department did complete their hydrant flushing. Calvin said that went well. A lot of the hydrants were actually cleaner than he had anticipated. Obviously, there were some that were pretty nasty. Water department's still working on installing the radio read meters, and that's going quite well. I reported at the last meeting, I evidently misunderstood the information or wasn't given correct information, I don't know which, that Light Plant could finish up their radio read meters with $5,000. Right after that, Rick sent me an email, and it's actually what I noted here, $88,340 to purchase the rest of the radio read meters for the Light Plant. So it'll be a little bit to get all of those installed, but they are installing them as we speak, so they are working at it. Christmas parade's coming down here in just a few weeks. I did report there a week or so ago that Monsanto had given us $1,000. With that, we ordered some additional Christmas decorations. So we're hoping to get the poles lit up like we used to do years ago. The second string of lights goes across Main Street, trying to get Main Street brightened up a little bit. The radio system where we used to play music a long time ago, got the line crew working on that, trying to find out, they can find out where all the broken wires are. We've gotten the okay from all the storefront owners so we can get up on the roofs and take care of that in case we need to. Rick did report that the company has arrived, and they are currently putting the spray-on insulation inside the warehouse building. They were hanging heaters the other day, so we're hoping to get that buttoned up before it gets cold weather. DCDC did bring in a prospective new business. One day last week, we walked up and down Main Street, we looked at a couple buildings. I don't think it scared them away too much. We're supposed to have another meeting here within the next week or two. So any new business that we get on Main Street should be a plus. And the IDNR permit was signed off on and did go to Springfield. So I'm hoping to get some results on that pretty soon, and if the weather holds up, we can get those bathrooms started out there at South Park. Rick did tell me, gave me a last minute note that with all the budget crunches at the county level, there will not be any funding in the forthcoming year or years for dumpster days. So that might be something that when we start doing budgets, we're going to have to plan for ourselves. So generally the county kicks in $2,000 every time we do the dumpster days. So that's going to be some money that's missed. So.
Any question to the city manager's report?
Casey's have a starting,
I haven't gotten anything yet, no.
Any non-agenda items and other business?
I got a few things. In regards probably need to speak with Andy. We need to see what we can do on the crime that's been happening more and more around town here, especially down on our side of town. I haven't heard if things been getting fixed and caught or what's going on, but I know it seems there's more and more crime on the west side of town been happening here lately. I've had some citizens coming out the house and talking about it, they're getting kind of concerned about it. I don't know if there's something we can do on that. Don't know what we can do. I know we already got the police protection, I know we can't hold the hand, but I'm not afraid. I got an idea how old the kids are from what I hear and who they hear they are. If the parents don't want to step up and take responsibility for the kids, let's put an ordinance wherever anybody under 15 years old got to be home by 8 o'clock at night. Because it's been happening a lot here lately, and I don't know. I've talked to a few others about it, and they're getting tired of it too. So
there's an incident over on Richardson Street where a young mother was feeding her child at 2:30 in the morning, and you probably know about that, but I don't want to go easy on these people that are, if we catch them red-handed.
Well, and what you do have to understand is the judicial system doesn't always work to the victim's favor. So you can write the report up, you can cross your Ts and dot your Is, and the state's attorney has the right to lessen the crime, and cases can be dismissed, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you can go down and throw a fit, and then
Would one officer's past, would that affect,
no,
okay.
no, seriously, it would not.
Because I heard another story over close to Pat's area that actually a lady did answer her door and was robbed. Now that's rumor. I don't know.
I don't have knowledge of that, so.
Okay. How much of this does any of it feed back to us, other than what we hear out on the street? We need. I would kind of like to know personally.
Does any of it feedback?
Just like I say, this is rumor. I heard a lady did answer her door early in the morning, which I wouldn't have, but if there's any truth to that.
I'm not aware of it. So
Yeah. And the situation on Richardson Street, what did they arrest the person or?
Yes.
Okay.
Did all the community service get served that was supposed to have been served by the kids that we had here a couple of months ago when I brought it up?
I haven't. I've only had one mother bring in a youth, so I don't know who you're talking about. Don't dare want to mention names
Yeah.
here.
But I just didn't know with all the trouble that's been happening if they're being reprimanded for it. I guess that's my point.
And
They would have other spots that they could go to, so there'd be no way that you would be able to.
right, they could go to the Legion, they could go to a church, they could go to the bus barn, they could go to the food pantry. There's a lot of places that they could go to, but I've only had one youth that's been brought in by a mother. So
As is my experience, it's sad, but a lot of times the kids will go right in front of the judge and say, I haven't had time to do it, and we just keep extending that out, so. But that's not a problem. I mean, it's a problem with the judicial system that we have sometimes.
and that's just not youth. Adults pull the same game.
Yeah,
I just still think if they got community service up here on Main Streets, they know they're in trouble if they're being up here doing something other than being at the church or leaving. Don't get me wrong, they can do work there too, but they're not being seen.
we won't be able, you're not able, unless it's ordered by the court, you just can't dictate that. Now, judges could. I mean, judge could say that, they're gonna do their community service and they're gonna do it, they're gonna be scrubbing the side of the building, but we cannot dictate.
They got to come at us with.
Yeah, they can choose anywhere they want. They want to go to a church, they want to go to not-for-profit organization or anything, they can go there. So that's their choice unless it's ordered from the church. Real quick, the Summers residents there, the one with the tree, they're telling me that they talked to the county and they believe this is what they told me, that the city owns that street. So could you do some investigation? Well, I want to get to if the tree is ours and there's a problem, we need to get it taken care of. So if you could,
I will
I just,
call the highway department tomorrow, and maybe they don't want ownership of that road anymore.
so
Where's this at?
it's
South
over there.
Main, Hewitt County Highway.
We own no trees in this town. They're on public right of way.
We don't own that road.
We
I
don't
mean,
own that
they're
road.
saying
We don't own trees in town. They're on public right of way. We only have the power to go in and trim the tree if we need to for purposes, or to take it out if we need to for utility purposes. We don't own any trees.
Well, that's
They belong to the homeowner.
that's the resident that, they contacted me a couple times. The garden club requested $500. That was to be voted on. They were told tonight. Do you know?
No, we weren't told that. Or if
Okay.
they were, I don't know who they talked
Okay. All right. Is that coming up soon for them?
to. If somebody from the garden club is making that request, did they make that request to you?
Yeah, they did. I spoke to somebody. They said that they had contacted City Hall, and so you don't know anything about that. Okay. Yeah, well, this type of request, they would need to have it in writing, wouldn't they?
We can do it at the next meeting, we'll have to have a resolution, but
Yeah.
no one has asked me, the only one that would not be present would be Sandy.
All right,
And generally, if somebody makes a request like that, she'll write up a resolution.
well, that's what I
right
thought.
away.
They spoke to me just at an event the other day, and I told them that I would ask, if you could do a follow-up on that and ask. My understanding was they were, of course, they're doing a lot of the work on Main Street and whatever, and they are in need of the money, and they were hoping to have that by the end of this month, so if there's any way you just follow up and find out, what the holdup, or maybe they didn't ask, whatever, but, if we could find out about that, I'd appreciate that. I know they ask every year, right, for $500, and so, and she had asked about the possibility of asking for more, and I said, well, Garden Club can ask, so, that's all I have. Anybody have? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Call it.
Klein,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Pearl,
Yes, sir.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harley.
Yes.